everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Erica with Memory Box Candle Co. and I make videos all about making and selling candles. And today's video is going to be me just sharing with you guys what I've learned after being in business for 1 year. Now, technically, it hasn't been exactly 1 year. It's been a little over a year, but it's roughly been a year. It's been about a year and a half, not a year and a half, a year, 1 month, and a half of a month, whatever that is in time. I opened up my Etsy shop March 30th of 2020, so just into April, and we are now in the middle of May of 2021, so I've been open for about a year. And through that time, I really have learned a lot about business, about myself, about life, about my expectations, about what I perceived it to be and what it actually is in reality. And I just kind of wanted to share it with you guys. I don't know if I have a number of tips or anything. I'm just basically going to share with you guys some things that I wrote down in my notes section to let you guys know what I've learned over the past year. So one of the first things that I wanted to talk about in today's video is the fact that running my own business has been completely different than I ever thought it would be. Quitting my job, staying home, doing YouTube full-time, running my candle business, running my second Etsy shop, having a couple different things that I'm working on the side as well. All of it has been completely different than I ever thought it would be, and that's neither good or bad. It's not really either side, it's just kind of neutral in the middle, that it's just different. And when I think back on what I thought it was gonna be like, it's just, I can't even pinpoint what I thought it was going to be like. I just thought that it was going to be, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Like, I can say that I'm a business owner and I'll be able to, have all this time in the world to do whatever I want and, make my own schedule and have all this time freedom. And that was in my head during that time. And yes, you do. However, it's just different because you're having to create all these things yourself. You're having to create this business and build this business. And when people say build a business, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll figure it out. I'll figure out what people mean by build a business. And you never really know unless you're really in the thick of it all. And that's kind of where I am right now. And it's really overwhelming. It's amazing, but it's really, really overwhelming. It's super rewarding, but it kind of just challenges you in different ways that you've never been challenged before. So in any type of school project or anything that has challenged you before in the past that was really hard and you got through it, I feel like running your own business is just a never-ending challenge. You don't really get that kind of start and finish, like, yes, I did it, like I finished it, it's all done. It's never going to be done unless you, sell the business or you stop doing it or whatever that is. There's always going to be more and more you're growing upon and more that you're doing. And again, that's neither good or bad, depending on how you look at it. But for me, it's neither. It's basically just how it is, and you just have to form your life around it. So it does become your life, and that's why if you don't absolutely love what you're doing, then you are going to be really unhappy. But if you love what you're doing with your business, then it is just the best thing ever. And that's kind of how I look at it now. Is I love what I do, and even though it can be really, really challenging, really overwhelming, I would prefer to do this than do what I was doing before at my regular job before. And going back to the whole time freedom thing, I feel like it's such a weird stigma to put into the whole being a business owner, that people want to be able to put CEO on their Instagram page, or be able to say that they have all the time freedom in the world, they have financial freedom, they can do whatever they want. Yes, however, your time is now delegated to your business, and the more time you spend on your business, the better your business will grow. So yes, you have time, but that can also be really challenging in and of itself, because you're trying to figure out how to allocate your time, how to figure out how to complete tasks and do it in the right way, figure it out, make all these decisions, because running a business, you are making decisions and you are fixing problems. Those are the two things that come up the most when you are a business owner. So if you don't like doing that, or if you don't want to do that, then it might not be for you. However, I have never been somebody who has been good at making decisions or fixing problems, and I figured it out, and I'm, doing okay with what I'm doing. So it definitely is possible. But I think what surprised me the most about when I quit my job and I started really doing all this full time was I got surprised. I guess I can't really say surprised. I guess I was more just not realizing that every little detail, every little aspect of the business has to be run and operated, and all the decisions have to be made by you. So if you need to not watch TV and you need to go and make candles or do some inventory or make some thank you candle care cards and print them out and make sure that they're ready for the next time you have to package up orders. All of that stuff that can be really, really tedious and small still has to get done. So while you're doing all the things on the larger scale, you also have to do all the little tasks underneath it. And I think that trying to manage all that can be really, really hard. And something else I wanted to talk about in this video was that one of the things that I really learned about business was that it will expose everything about yourself. It will expose your weaknesses and your strengths, and you have to look at it in the face and handle it and face it. And it's really interesting because when I've always known that I am terrible at time management, and I'm a procrastinator, and I'm extremely disorganized, which are three terrible traits to have when you're trying to run a business. But I am determined to still make it work, and I am trying to take steps when I can to be able to combat the fact that I am so disorganized and I have poor time management. So just know that whatever weaknesses, whatever things that you have inside you that you've been able to hide at, let's say, other businesses, here, it's not going to fly when it comes to running your own business. You are going to have to face your weaknesses, but you will also see your strengths really flourish, and it can be really, really rewarding. Something else that I've learned, and I know I've talked about this before in a couple other videos, but make sure that every so often you are still testing your candles. Even if you have finished the testing process, you're done, you're selling the candles as is, make sure that you are still testing your candles, because you never know if things are changing that you have no control over. So when you're ordering your wicks, ordering your wax, you don't know if things are changing with the manufacturer, and you need to make sure that you are still testing it to make sure that your product is still up to your standards. Also, kind of going along with that, just know that when you are building your business, you have created everything from the ground up, from the brand name to what the finished candle looks like. Just know that you have the freedom to change anything at any time whenever you want to. And this has been something that for some reason in the back of my mind, I've always thought you can't change anything. Once you get it out, that is just going to be the way it's going to be. You can't change anything. So just know that that is not at all how it has to be when you're running your own business. And I don't know why this affects me, and I feel like it probably affects other people too. That's why I wanted to bring it up. So if you want to change your jars, if you want to change your color scheme, if you want to change your label design, if you want to change the look of your Instagram feed, which is something that I really want to do very, very badly. I do not like the look of my Instagram feed anymore, but that's okay, because it just kind of shows the progression of me growing with my business. Just know that you can change it. Just take whatever you need to do, take the steps that you need to do in order to do that, and make it happen. You don't have to keep things the same. It's your business. You can choose what you keep, what you change, and that's that. Something else that I've learned over the past year when it comes to growing my candle business has been the weird psychological effect on spending money. So spending hundreds or even thousands of dollars on materials, supplies, whatever it is, to order in bulk to get the lowest amount possible so that I can bring down my cost. But it's just still hard for me. Sometimes when I know I have more than enough money in my business bank account and I have to spend over $100, I don't know what it is. It takes me a long time to hit the pay now button. And I think this is just because I've never been a huge spender. I've always tried to get the cheapest or most inexpensive products that I can, whether that be clothing, food, whatever it is. I always try to look for a deal. I used to shop just the clearance section definition of raw, so if that gives you any indication of how I used to spend money, there you go, but it still affects me, and I know that it is better to spend the money in bulk, especially when you can get things way cheaper and you can have them for longer. So for instance, one of the things that I am so guilty about, actually two things when it comes to my candle business. First is my labels. For some reason, I only ever purchase 20 to 25 sheets of my labels at a time. Why? I don't know. I need those. I could purchase 1,000 of them, have them in stock here all the time, get a much cheaper price individually per label, but for some reason in my head, I'm thinking, no, that's a lot of money. I just am gonna get what I need right now. And it's so bad. I need to switch my mentality because it's for my business and I'm going to be getting a profit on it. Something else that I am so bad at, you guys, fragrance oil. I still only purchase these 16-ounce bottles of fragrance oil. I don't know why. I need to purchase the 5-pound or even like the 10-pound jugs of fragrance oil, and that would save me so much. And I just don't do it. I don't do it. And it's just because in my head, I'm like, gosh, but that's going to be like $100 just for one fragrance oil, and I have 16 cents. So yeah, it's just one of those things in my head. I don't know. Let me know down below. Am I the only one? Do you guys have issues too? Let me know what your biggest struggle is when it comes to running your business. I would love to hear from you guys on something that you struggle with or something that you realize that you're really good at when it comes to running your business. Something else that kind of goes along with the last point is to make your products in bulk. I cannot stress this enough for you guys. This saves time, so much time. Instead of just making a few candles at a time here and there, try to bulk make your scents. So make 8 to 20 candles in 1 scent, or 25 candles or 30 candles, whatever is a lot to you. For me, a lot is like 10 to 15. That would be considered a lot for 1 scent because I decided to have 16 scents in my regular collection that I have all the time. Don't know why. So for me, 10 to 15 candles for that scent would be a lot, but whatever is a lot for you, bulk make. You will be so happy that you did. Make sure that you are prepping your jars in bulk, so prep as many jars as you can. This kind of goes hand in hand with the ordering in bulk, make in bulk. You save so much more time. Yesterday, I decided to actually make my best sellers sample packs in bulk. I used to only make about 12 at a time. I don't know why, you guys. Those take so long because I have 12 individual scents. So I have to make enough to fill up the little cavities in each of them, and then I have to clean it out for the next scent. So it takes a little bit of time to do that. So I decided to make 60 instead of 12, and I'm so happy that I did. Something else that I've learned through running my business is it's serious. Like when you run a business, it's serious. You know, this is legal stuff. This is very, very serious stuff. And I didn't realize that until I hired a business attorney and felt so just kind of grown up in a weird way, as weird as that sounds. I mean, I'm 27, so I am grown up, but I gotta tell you, you guys, this past year, I have grown more as a person than I think I have in the previous 26 years before that. I have grown so much, grown up, matured, just my mentality of things have changed so much. And I think that's because when I'm no longer having to work for somebody else and I'm relying solely on myself, I put that pressure on myself and I have to do things, even if it pushes me out of my comfort zone. Sometimes that happens when you're running your business. You have to be pushed out of your comfort zone. For all of us extroverts out there, I'm a very big I'm not an extrovert. Sorry, introvert. I'm not an extrovert. I'm an introvert. For all of us introverts out there, I feel you and I understand how doing certain things can really, really bring you out of your comfort zone. But I think there's a saying that says, a comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there. And that is so beyond true. I have grown so much the past year than I ever have before. And I'm so grateful for this experience and what I've learned so far. And I'm so excited for the future because I know that I'm just going to keep growing from here and it's really exciting. But yeah, this is some serious stuff. it's really intimidating when you really think about it. I mean, all the stuff you have to make sure that you're running everything properly, especially when I incorporated my business. I'm like, okay, I need to make sure everything is running perfectly and I'm doing everything right. And at the same time, I'm over here like, am I even doing anything right? Like, should I even have a business? I don't know. I have everything everywhere, and sometimes I don't even know where the tape dispenser is. So am I even cut out for this? You know, like all these different thoughts go through my head, and I knew that there would be lots of ups and downs with running my business, but being in it is so much different than looking forward in the future. And I always have to remember that sometimes the things that I want in life, if I'm imagining it ahead of time, I always have to remember that it's not going to be this sparkly picture of just this most amazing life ever, that there are going to be a lot of challenges in the future no matter what. So no matter how perfect things can seem, no matter how much you guys have told me that I make it look so easy and oh my gosh, this just comes so naturally and all this stuff, I still feel like I have no idea what I'm doing. And I feel like that is going to be the case for a long time. And I've talked with people who have been in business for years and years and they still feel that way. So just know that whatever you're going through, you're not alone. And I just wanted to share my experience with you guys. I feel like this kind of piggybacks off the topic that I talked about on my last Make Candles With Me video, if you guys didn't see that. But I guess I had a lot more to say, but I just wanted to take the time, write a list of all these things that I've learned over the past year of being in business, because I'm pretty sure that so many of you guys are in the shoes that I was a couple years ago, just curious about what it's like to run your own business. And I guess to sum everything up, it is incredible and it is incredibly challenging. And I really, really hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to comment down below. Let me know what you guys are either looking forward to in running your business, things that are challenging you, or things that have surprised you and have brought out your strengths in running your business. And with that, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, don't forget to follow me over on Instagram at Memory Box Candle Co. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.